program is not necessarily those of WOKB, staff, and management of Unity Broadcasting.
It is Thriving Thursday. Yes, we are about to be fed. We are about to eat good, give some great knowledge, give some great tips. It is Thriving Thursday here, you all, with Jennifer Yan Agency. I am super excited as always to start off our Thursday session. Yes, come on in, sit down, grab what you are about to eat, and get ready for a great show. So we are Jesus will. It is Thriving Thursday. We are sitting at the table for lunch. This is the lunch hour with Jennifer Yan. I am always excited to be here because we have fun on our lunch hour. You know, I bring my friends, we eat, we talk, we give. Thank you all for tuning in. Yes, it is Thriving Thursday. So, of course, you know, I have to start out with my thoughts for today and where my heart is and what the topic is. You know, it is all about unity, and I'm feeling unity right now. I'm feeling unified. I'm feeling great with having individuals that sit at this lunch table with me, and we pour back into each other, but we also give back and pour into others. So with that being said, we want to ask the question and put it on the table today. What is unity? And is unity free? Is it free? You know, my friends at the table with me, we have Antoine. Antoine is with Advertiser Orlando. We have Nestorine Blair with Blair Realty. And then we have Colleen Bernard with the Shades of Brown and Black. Black and brown. Yes, brown and black and brown. We all unified, right? It's all together. So we are about to have a great lunch break. We're going to talk about unity, and each of my guests today has something special when we talk about unity and what that means, and is that free for entrepreneurs? You know, let's start with going around the Thriving table and just knowing who's out here with us today. We're going to go to my right. To my right. Come on in. Come on that mic and let us know who you are and what you do.
Okay, well, first I want to thank WOKB for giving us this platform to be able to come together as black businesses and black people be able to network and come together. and give us an opportunity to spread this unity. Second, I want to thank Jennifer Young. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, you pronounced that right. There you go.
Okay, Young. I want to say young because you do look young.
Yes. We're going to speak that. Yes.
But I want to thank Jennifer Young for giving me the opportunity to come here to show and showcase my business and be able to meet other people who I can network. But so my name is Kaleem.
Yes.
Shades of black and brown. I'm from Orlando. I wasn't born and raised, but it ain't where you from, it's where you at.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm at, Orlando, Florida. Even though we here in Ocoee.
We in Ocoee. We represent. It's all about uniting, right? Yes.
It don't matter where we at, as long as we have unity.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to keep on going around the Thriving Table because it seems like when we have lunch together, the time go by so fast, doesn't it? Yes, so we have Antoine over here in the corner.
Hey, I'm bringing up the rear today. Just happy to be here with you, Jennifer, WOKB. Thank you guys for everything that you do. Just here to support and have some good conversation today with these movers and shakers at this table today.
Awesome. And we're going to keep it rolling around the table. It is Thriving Thursday.
Hi, good afternoon, Jennifer. Thank you, and thanks to WOKB. It's always a pleasure to join you on your lunch break. Lunchtime is fun. We all need to take a break during the day, right?
Yes, let's take a break.
We can be productive on our break.
That's we go.
And like I said, my name is Nestrine Blair. I'm the owner broker of Blair Realty Group. I'm also a financial professional with World Financial Group. And talking about unity, my purpose in life is to keep families united.
Yes.
So I made sure I got myself educated how to help families to keep that unity together.
Yes.
And you'll hear more about that during the lunch
During
break.
this lunch break. You know, being united in family, being united spiritually, being united as entrepreneurs, you know, the word united has went through lots of communities. It sticks in some communities and then it goes right back out. And I'm going to even say that within cultures. You know, it sticks in some and then it goes right back out. So is unity free? You know, who's going to answer that question for me? Is unity free? What do you think, Antoine? Is it free?
No, it's not free.
Oh, we pay a price for it?
It's a price that's paid, but in order to eat every day, you have to pay a price to eat.
Okay.
But there's nourishment that comes from that, from that price that you pay. And I think it's the same with unity. Unity is going to cost us something. We got to give up something. We just had a round table a couple of days ago where we were talking about what we were willing to give. We know when you give, you receive more abundantly when you do give. So yes, no, it's not free, but the price that you pay is well worth it for the abundance that's received when we do come together in unity.
I agree. You know, coming together, it will always create some change.
Absolutely.
You know, and what I've learned is sometimes change is uncomfortable.
Yes.
But we got to push ourselves to that.
Correct.
You know, when I think about unity and I think about all aspects, and like you were just saying, Nestrine, you help families be united. When I think about that, what comes to mind is when you lose someone in your family. What happens to the unity? What happens to that bond? Can you pick up after they are gone? And Nestrine, what would you weigh on that?
It depends,
Okay.
right? Some people are stronger than others, but why try to find out when you can prevent that?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of ways you can prevent that. If you look, a lot of families are broken. Why?
Okay.
Most people get divorced because of finances.
Yeah.
Their finances need to be fixed. You start arguing over that we don't have enough money to pay the rent. We can't afford to buy a house. The car got repossessed. The kids can't go to the school we want them to go to because we don't have enough money. And it's a money thing.
Yeah.
And it's very simple for some people to fix, actually, if they just have the time to sit down together and fix it. But a lot of problem is you find a lot of people, they put the burden on one spouse to manage the finances. When I think both people, whether either both people are working or not, and that's another problem, right? Because the husband goes out and works and complains that the wife stays home, she doesn't work. there's more work to do at home sometimes than when they go out. So both people are working. Because if the wife is missing, who's going to take care of the kids? You're going to have to pay somebody to take care of those kids. So she is worth something. Right? So if families sit down and discuss their finances, if they don't know how to manage it, bring somebody in to help, right?
To stay united within their household, right?
Because your finances is one of the things that breaks relationship down. So if you fix that, then you're working on your relationship, right? And there's a saying that says, happy wife, happy life. You know? So what's the hole in your boat at home?
Right.
But a lot of times if you're not communicating, which is where unity gets broken down in families because of lack of communication. The wife don't know what's going on with the husband don't know what's going on with the wife, and the first thing, he's out because he's cheating, but he's out because he's working overtime because enough money isn't coming in. Right? So that's what you need to start with, the communication, figure out what you need to fix, and usually it starts with finances.
It starts with finances. So that goes back to saying unity is not free. Because it's going to take some time, right?
It takes time of work.
It's going to take some time. It's going to take some money. You know, Colleen, what's your input on that? You know, with talking about being united within a household, because that's a little different from being united with entrepreneurship.
Right.
You know, it's a household, but I was told that running a household is like a business. What's your input on that?
Well, when it comes to running a household, it's definitely like a business because the head man in charge, if he falls, everything else falls.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be right. But on my aspect of unity and coming to it from the entrepreneur and business aspect in the black community, one thing, you know, like Fubu said it when Fubu was created, for us, by us.
Okay.
And unity creates independence. If we become united together, meaning we spent, I remember I went to cosmetology school back in the 90s.
Okay.
So these numbers that I'm saying may not be correct, but the idea will give you the situation. But back when I took cosmetology, my teacher told us that like we made up like 10% of the population, and that at that point, the hair industry was making billions of dollars.
Okay.
And they said we was like 70% of the money being spent.
Yep, still is.
Yeah.
So
maybe more now.
Yeah, more than that, yeah. So we make up 10%, but yet we spending the money that they make, these billions, is 70% coming from black people. Then that means like, you know, like right now my business Shades of Black and Brown, where I got an online directory for black businesses. So I'm finding out all types of black businesses that I never knew of.
Right.
Like beauty supplies, stores, but you know, everybody goes to the Chinese people that got the beauty supplies.
So does that mean that the black community is not united in supporting businesses that we spend billions of dollars in?
It shouldn't be no reason why any black person that owns a beauty supply store shouldn't be like rich.
Yeah.
And if they was rich, then they give back. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason if all the beauty supply stores, they making billions. But if you look at the black beauty supply stores here in Orlando,
they're struggling.
They're struggling. Holes in the walls.
Yeah. I think a lot of them are struggling too because they don't have the buying power and they don't come together. They're not united when other cultures come together and they purchase in bigger bulks. So what is that bridge that brings us together, what you would say?
Mindset.
Okay. Mindset.
Mindset. So, and I'm a firm believer it started back with the Willie Lynch letter. Okay. If anybody familiar with that, where they put the light skin against the dark skin, the young against the old, the husband against the wife. They murdered and killed the husband and then feed the wife.
Okay. See, so with mindset, with that being said, Antoine, you know, how do you go into that? Because we are coming together, we are uniting. We are two businesses, well, all three of us, all of us are businesses that sit here at this table that can cater to another business, that can invest in another business. Are you finding that the mindset of entrepreneurship in our culture has changed?
I don't think it's changed. I think it's been this way for a long time.
Okay.
I think what's changing is a lot of us are starting to recognize opportunities for us to be able to pull our culture out of it.
Okay.
And it's very deep. You mentioned some of it when you talk about the Willie Lynch and those things back in the days. But it's even deeper than that. We as a culture allowed people outside of our culture to come in and set boundaries that we can't even play by. So I'll give you an example. We're the number one consumer of the products that are in the beauty supply stores, right? But we can't set up a beauty supply store anywhere near the ones that have already been set up because there's a distribution right within a certain distance that you have to have. Okay. So now we can't set it up. So where do we go get our products from? Because we can't buy from the distribution that has a store that close. Okay. And who owns the stores? People who are not a part of our culture. They don't give back to our culture. They don't do any of these things. So what we're talking about, it goes back to some of the things that Nestorine's talking about, is we have to find ways to come together to generate revenue.
Yeah.
Because the more we generate revenue, the better power we have to be able to make influences. I want to buy a strip mall. I want to buy a strip plaza, but I'm not going to buy it by myself. I need Jennifer to help me help buy it with me.
Yeah.
I need Colleen. I need Nestorine to pull the financing off for us. You know, we need these types of things to be in place so that we can identify ways for us to be able to pull our culture back. Yeah. And as we do it, it's all centered around the unity, but it goes back to the dollar. And if we start to focus our dollars, let's be honest, we're not going to get our people to stop buying those things that they take pleasure in.
Okay.
So we need to own them.
Yes, ownership. Ownership is the key word in the mindset. And Nestorine, I know you got a whole lot to say. I know you over here itching. Listen, this is Thriving Thursday, you all. This is what we do at the round table, okay? I know you do. Listen, this is why all of you are at the table. So make sure if you're listening, keep on listening, because Thriving Thursdays, we do just that. We feed and we give back. We're going to take a brief break, but when we come back, Nestorine, I want to talk about ownership, okay? Okay. All righty.
Look at your neighbor and tell him, I don't know what you come to do, baby, but I come to give him praise. Let me see if I got a crazy praise. Like this, y'all.
What you come to do, but we come to serve today, and we are talking about being united on Thriving Thursday. We are at the Thriving Thursday table. It is lunchtime. So if you have not had lunch today, be sure to check out Bar 5 Lounge and Grill. They have over 10 items under $10 for lunch, okay? My favorite, of course, I'm loving the flatbreads. I'm feeling like I need a flatbread today. They have the meat lovers flatbread and the cheese lovers flatbread. Super cheesy, great, 5 cheeses on each of them. So it is Thriving Thursday. So in the midst of being fed through education. We're talking about being unified. I want you to make sure that you eat something and you feed that stomach today. But I'm going to throw the mic back over to Nestorine because we hit a key word. We said ownership. Ownership, and how does that tie into being united?
Ownership, Jennifer, is, I'm from Jamaica, so, we come here. Usually we're stereotyped to say we have 5 jobs and whatever. But I remember my mom sat us down one day and she said, 5 kids, all of you need to have a business. So you need to own something.
Right.
My mom my mom did not even have a high school education, but she came here and she figured that part out, right? Okay. So we were talking about unity and why we don't have buying power and all that stuff. We don't, because most of us are selfish. We want to own something, but we want to own it for ourselves. We don't want to share with anybody.
Yeah.
And then we find that I'll go out and I'll start, let's say I open a store, a shoe store. By the time you look around, everybody want to open a shoe store.
Right.
So who's going to support me when I open my shoe store if you're opening a shoe store too?
Right.
So we're not united. We need to see, how do I help that shoe store to prosper so I can open a dress store?
Correct.
Right.
And then somebody could open a
accessories,
right?
Yeah.
But no, we compete against each other instead of helping each other, right? So therefore, ownership is not long-lived.
Okay.
And it goes right back down to finances again. It's always come back to finances. Because if my store cannot stay open, my finances are going to go crazy. Then my husband is going to complain. Every day you want to start a business and it fails, and it's a cycle.
Yeah.
So who's going to help us to break that cycle? How are we going to break the cycle?
Yeah. I my wish, my desire is that these conversations, these masterminds, that we come together, that we put in the work to break the cycle, by collaborating with other entrepreneurs, by uplifting one to get where they need to be before I worry about where am I, I think is what breaks the cycle. This is why we are collaborating. This is why these conversations are so important. I think the first step, it keeps going back to money, right? Because it costs money. It's nothing is free. Is to have your finances together to where you are comfortable enough to sit at the table. Because let's keep it real. If your light's about to get cut off, sometimes you might be a little selfish to say, what do I have to do for survival mode? So ultimately, we need to have our finances together in our community. We need to teach financial literacy so we have that room to really say, I can be united. I can look out for my brother because I know my immediate needs are taken care of. Where does that start?
It's education.
Education. Okay.
Education. Sorry.
No.
It's Life Insurance Awareness Month.
Okay.
And I'm taking it upon myself to harass people this month.
I don't think it's harassing. I think it's pushing them in the right.
I'm harassing them because I don't want their family to harass me when they pass, trying to do a GoFundMe and stress me out for my money.
Right.
When I can show you how to get yours.
Yes.
Because money is not important to a lot of people, but it's right up there with oxygen. Try to live without it. Try to live without it.
Okay.
Right?
So with it being Life Insurance Month.
Life Insurance Awareness Month.
Life Insurance Awareness Month. Ask yourself, are you looking out for your family? Do you have life insurance?
Life insurance is not for you.
Okay.
It's for your loved ones. And if you love your family, it's only for people who love their families. It's not for everybody.
Okay, so hey, y'all listening? Are y'all listening? Do y'all love y'all family? Because if you don't love your family, don't get no life insurance. Is that what I'm hearing, Esther?
Don't get any.
Don't get any.
Don't get any.
Okay.
Let me get a little bit in.
Okay. Get a little bit in. Shanique.
Before all that, I think it starts with mindset.
Okay, you've said that already. Mindset.
I gotta keep on it because mindset is before education.
Okay.
Because a person won't get educated if they ain't got the right mindset to want to be educated.
Okay.
The children coming up now, they don't want to be educated. But that was our generation too. But it's even worse now. When slaves fought to learn how their mindset, they wanted to learn. The mindset now, They don't want to learn.
Okay.
So you got to get the mindset
I
to
agree.
get them to want to learn
Yes.
first.
Yeah,
yes.
but some people don't know what they don't know.
Right, but some people don't care to know.
So do we
know,
it's a
focus
mix.
on those people, the people that want to know? Then that's about understanding who your target audience is, I would say. Who's
Yeah.
ready for the message that you have to deliver, because
The message is not for everybody.
it ain't for everybody.
Right, it ain't for everybody.
It ain't that for
When
everybody.
Jesus walked, not everybody listened,
then
There
right?
we go.
Even those that do get educated, they mindset messed up too, because they may not want to
It's a
give
process,
back or
though.
help.
It's a
So
process.
it's a
Because
mindset.
if you show people value and they understand it,
Yes.
they'll get it.
They
So
may-
it's our job
They
to
may get
help.
it.
It's our job to help change people's mindset, though.
They
It's
may
our
get it,
job.
Okay.
but they can abuse it. They could not be with unity with that mindset. Be for self.
I think
but-
both of you. I think
yeah, we both right, but mindset got to
Yes.
come first.
Yeah,
But you
Then
got to
this is
teach
Friday.
some people these
So-
things. You
so-
got to teach
so-
them.
So it's deeper than just mindset. When our
Yeah.
culture, you're absolutely right. When our culture is seeing over and over again the deplorable things that are now being sensationalized, that's what they grow to. So, in order for the mindset to change, they have to see something
They have
attractive.
to see
Yeah,
it.
because
Let me finish.
They got the wrong mindset.
Let me
It
finish.
ain't gonna matter.
They have to see something attractive.
Yes.
What's attractive to this generation that we're talking about? And it's gonna take a whole lot of years, y'all. What's attractive to
See,
them?
that's the mindset.
So let me say. Let me say this.
Rapper showing off all his gold could be attractive.
It
That's
can
the
be.
wrong mindset.
But
versus a rapper
exactly.
saying he's
And-
buying
but
property.
then-
That's where we
So-
come in to be an example
Exactly.
to show that
Oh,
I can be
exactly.
well, I
Exactly.
can do well, I can help others and do well, and it's not a quick fix,
You're right.
Because celebrities make money fast,
Right.
but not all successful people make money fast. So it's our job who are not celebrities to
don't
go
understand
out
about
there. No, but
Don't make it
we're
fast.
talking about rappers showing blings, and their
Right.
money is quick. It's
It's
quick.
quick.
His rap, like Rick Ross was rapping 10 years
No, but their
before
money.
he start making money like
No,
that. So
but
that's not
guess
fast.
what? Nobody
Same thing
sees
with
Rick
T.I.
Ross while he's suffering.
But it's not
they
fast
see him
like
when
that.
he makes
You know
it,
what
and
Yeah.
they think it's fast.
Okay,
So-
well, I
so-
take that.
So we
Yeah.
got to show them that that's not the only way you can be successful, right? You can work 9 to 5 in your own business and be successful at it, but you got to be an example for somebody. And it starts, like I said, at home. It's the parents, it's their responsibility. My son, somebody asked him recently, why do you work so hard? Do you know what he said?
What's that?
Who is my mother?
Oh, yes. You know what?
Because he's
That's
never
important.
seen anything else. Because I made sure I set that example for him.
Right.
He didn't see me up watching TV and some man coming in and
That's-
putting money on the counter. No.
That's
He
that
saw his
mindset
mother
you
go
installed
out.
in him.
But that's
Right.
what I'm saying. It's our duty as parents to start it. That's where it starts. And that's why it's going to take years.
Yes, and
Because we have to teach parents now
yes.
how to show our kids how to be successful without thinking about quick money.
Correct.
Yes.
So
Because it comes quick, it goes quick.
I want to
Yes.
share a story. So I coached football for 12 years. Grew a program out in West Orange County, and a lot of these kids now are in college. 60% of them grew up without a father in the home. I had to become that father in many cases. Dropping them off, y'all know the stories. Everybody's sitting on the porch
Yes.
with cars, but I'm
Right.
dropping them off from practice, picking them up from practice, things like that. There is a sect in our culture that wants to live a prosperous life, but when they see 70% of the time something that's going to lead them down a path that looks attractive right now that leads them down a path. So the story I was getting ready to share is my son is in school right now, and he's in school to be a physical therapist. He wants to get his degree as physical therapy. So we were talking, and he's been working with me with one of my clients who has a doctor's office. And he told me recently, he was like, yeah, I'm starting to change my mind a little bit. And I gasped because I'm like, okay, man, we're spending all this money for you to be a physical therapist. He was like, no, I'm going to get my physical therapy degree, but I want to own the company that hires the physical therapist. Now, to your point, that happens because he's spending
Mindset.
time with an entrepreneur all of his life, his father, right?
You're right.
The mindset that we're talking about changing does not have that. So they need to see more of
They have
us.
to see it.
Right.
They need to see so, and I applaud like your LeBron James. I'm gonna even say Rick Ross and these Jay-Z, Kanye. You can go down the list. The Lecrae, all these guys who are building empires. They're building empires, and now these kids are seeing that it's more about business than it is about the trade.
Right.
It's more about business. So we have the opportunity to show them that the business opportunities are here. But how do we do it? We got to get into the school system to get unified.
You got to
But
start
there's
early.
something that you said earlier that was so. And I tell people this all the time. I advertise for a lot of people, but you know who I cringe when they call me to advertise on my screens? Real estate professionals. Let me
Okay.
tell you why.
Okay.
Because half of them aspire to be Miss Blair, what you are, but they don't know what it took. And they all jumped into it because they saw something.
And
They
think
seen the
money is
lifestyle.
quick.
They saw the glory, but they don't know the
last
story.
story.
We got to start telling the story. Hey,
Right.
you want to do this? Let me tell you what it's going to cost
Yep.
you. And it's going to cost you some opportunities to get unified where you ain't going to get paid.
Okay. There you go. Unity.
These are the things that these people have to see. There has to be an example there that's going to allow them to know what it's going to cost, but the benefits if they work hard, because a lot of them don't have the luxury of having a Nestorine Blair as a mother, Antoine Nelson as a father.
Yes.
They don't have that.
Right.
They don't have the opportunities that you all are presenting to people who grew up with you. Your daughter's success, her success came from her seeing you hustling and grinding on this magazine that now is a household name in the black community.
Yeah.
Those are the things that they need to see.
Yes.
So when we're talking about that unity, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
That's what needs
you
to
know,
happen.
and I like to say the mindset is so important because even as a young mom, and I had my daughter at 16, the mindset of my peers was, let me get on welfare. Let me get this food stamps, let me do this and make it easy. That was not my mindset because of my mother, watching her with her entrepreneurship skills and sets to say we're not going to be limited by that mindset. So the sad part is the mindset in a lot of our communities are on a give me versus give back. And it is up to us right now. This is why we have Thriving Thursdays. This is why all of our platforms are so important because, like you said, Antoine, sometimes we got to give and change the mindset without getting paid.
Correct.
Okay, without getting paid, just giving our time.
I want to elaborate on what you said,
Yes.
confirming on what Antoine said about giving. Yesterday when I was in the barbershop getting my hair cut, it was an older man in there, never seen him before in my life. And when he got through getting his hair cut, he said, young man, and he had his granddaughter there. She had to be about 11, 12 years old. He said, young man, I'm going to the store next door, would you like something? I don't know him out of the blue.
Right.
And he offered me something. I said, nah, that's all right. And then he said, you sure? And I said, you know what? I thought about it, and I accepted it.
Okay.
I said, yes, give me some Arizona tea.
Okay.
So when he came back with it and gave it to me, and I told him I appreciate it, but I said, but you know what I appreciate more? What you showing your granddaughter right now. Because she's observing and watching everything, and she's seeing you giving.
Yes.
What you said, giving.
Yeah.
Giving to a stranger that he doesn't even know. And I said, what's even better is that when she goes out looking for a husband, she's going to want something like you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, because some of these girls, they take anything.
Right. Why is that though? And what can we do? I know that's a
take
loaded
anything.
question on
that's
this,
loaded.
on
You
this,
can be here
on this
all day.
hour. Right, right. It is Thriving Thursday.
Because they don't have no, like you said, your mother.
They don't
didn't
have that example.
Yeah.
The example
like
was
him,
not set
and that's
for them.
why I accepted it, so she could see that example.
Yes.
I
So
was
we gotta
asked-
give
We
the
need
examples.
more of that in the community
was-
to bring unity.
I was
Yes.
asked, why do I give so much to my kids? And I said, because I have a daughter. When she went to college, whatever she wanted, I tried to provide. Why? I don't want her going to go have a relationship with somebody
Right.
because
Speak
they
now.
can provide for her. When she was 6 years old, she said to me, she says, Mom, don't worry about me. I'm going to be rich and I'm going to marry rich. I said the rich came, I like the order of the rich.
Okay.
So you're going to make sure you're rich first, right?
I
So her mindset at 6.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Right.
So that's what I'm telling you. It has to start in the house.
It does, you know,
Definitely
and I got to
does.
say something about this mindset and starting in the house, okay? I was raised, and my mother said to me all growing up, Jennifer, you are my investment. You are my retirement plan. And I
Exactly.
didn't know what that meant, okay? But in my 40s, I know what that means.
Because she invested in you.
That means I'm investing in you, and you're going to make sure you're going to be able to provide and take care of me in my older years. So that is the mindset that my mother installed into me, is that I am her retirement plan. So if I'm to be her retirement plan, that means I got to have one of my own, right? That means I have to put those things in place to where if something happens to me,
She's
that
good.
she is taken care of. So Nestorine,
Yes.
it is National Life
Insurance Awareness Month.
Awareness
Yes,
Month.
yes.
Okay, what does a person need to do to even just start off to say, I want to make sure that their retirement plan is put in place?
Well, first they need to sit down with a financial professional,
Okay.
somebody like me.
All right.
We have a conversation. Now, I need to know what your goals are in life. Because 60% of Americans have no plan of what's going to happen to them the day they quit a job, or the day they get fired, or the day they claim they retire. Because retirement, most people say, oh, I'm 65, it's time to retire. Retirement is not an age.
Yes.
It's a lump sum of money.
Okay.
Because if you don't have money, you're not retiring.
Okay.
Because when you go to Walmart and you see all those old people, they're not there because they're bored.
Right.
They're there because they claim they're retired, but they had to go back to work because they don't have enough money. So that's what my job is. My purpose in life is to make sure people are not old and standing in Walmart saying, welcome to Walmart.
Right.
Right? So if we put things in place early, when you get to that point, Social Security won't fail you.
Yeah. So
Because
it's about
most people
positioning.
say, oh, I'm going to wait because I can get Social Security. What can you do with $1,200? Rent right now is maybe average $2,000.
Right.
So
And
if
that's
you
a
don't already
one-bedroom.
own the home,
That's a 1-bedroom, okay?
no, a 1-bedroom in Metro West is $1,600.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rent prices are high. Retirement, we need to think about that. We need to think about owning.
There's a lot to think about.
Right. We need to think about positioning yourself for the win. You know, even with being unified, this is why I'm here, is because my business, Jennifer Yon Agency, helps position entrepreneurs for the win. This is why I've collaborated with Orlando Advertise. Okay, this is why I've collaborated with you over here with the shades of
Black
black
and
and
brown.
brown. It's because we want to position our entrepreneurs and bring them to individuals just like Nestorine once they start making that money, okay? So let's talk about this. I'm going to look to my guys for this because we are collaborating, okay? And we do the same thing. And most people would say, oh, well, you know, if you work with Antoine, are you afraid of, you know, that client spending money with him versus with you? You know, Antoine, what is your response to that when a person says, why are you collaborating? Why are you getting unified with another person that does advertising?
I like that
I'm
question.
going to try to we all sat down at a table yesterday.
Yes.
And we came up, collaboration brings, it was a word that we use, but I'm going to paraphrase it for now. Collaboration actually brings wealth. There are cultures who will buy a home right now. I know, Miss Blair, I know you know what I'm talking about. Will buy a 6-bedroom home right now. And they will use that home to bring their family members over to live in that house. And they'll open up a business. And as each one of them prospers, they move out of the house and move another family member into the house. We would never do that. But they understand the importance of collaboration. So it's similar to what we're talking about.
Yes.
There's going to be a day where we're going to sit at a table, you, Colleen, myself, the other people that we've brought into this whole feature of being able to collaborate with marketing and advertising, and we're going to bring other people in. We're going to move on to some other things, but this house that we built is going to continue to create wealth. The more people that you have at the table, I can't do what Jennifer Yon does. I can't do what Colleen does. It's not possible, but I have my little niche over here that I specialize in. So I bring my clients and I bring them and I get them the chance to sit at a table of wealth. People who have an opportunity and an understanding of how to generate wealth. Once we get them on that path, then we bring people in like Sister Blair here to make sure that they're channeling that wealth properly. But this is what we're supposed to be doing, but this is how you birth wealth. So no, I'm not afraid at all of collaborating with powerful people, because when you put power together, think about the albums that the songs where you hear Kanye West and Jay-Z collaborating on.
Okay.
They're like the hottest songs that are out there, and they're being bought the day that they come out because of the collaboration. Power and power combined is wealth.
Yes.
That's exactly what it
Yes.
is. No fear at all. I'm loving it. I'm more excited about it than anything else that I'm doing with these collaborations that we're talking
Yes, yes. What,
I think there's a saying, and I don't know if I'm getting it right, but the gist of it is, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far,
okay.
you got to come together.
Yes.
You got to go with a team.
You got to go with the team. You
gotta
know,
go with the
everybody
team.
needs to be okay with getting in the car. But one thing I'm going to say with everybody getting in the car is everybody got to be okay with maintaining that vehicle.
Absolutely.
You know, everybody got to put a little gas in it. Everybody got to make sure that it gets detailed. Everybody has to take care of the people that are in the car. So this car that we're all in today on Thriving Thursday, I'm going to say it one more time. This car that we're all in today, we're taking care of each other, you know, and I am very blessed to be here to sit with both of you and collaborate to talk about how we can advance other businesses, how we can advance them. You know, with advancing them, they need exposure.
Absolutely.
And us coming together as advertising, I'm going to say giants. We are the advertising giants in our community. We give exposure. You know, when you started your business, Kaleem, what was one of the first things that you said to yourself that this is why? Because you ain't just think about, you know, you thought about, let me get a vehicle that I can pack everybody in. And what I've noticed about that vehicle is you packed everybody in without them giving you a dime.
It's about giving.
I wanted to take that question you asked him.
Oh, you want that question
Yeah, I
first.
want
Hold
that,
on, but
but-
you can't
but-
give me that. You
but-
can't
but
give a long
I-
answer on that
yeah.
question now. Okay, I'm going to have
I
to
ain't gonna
cut your
go there.
question down a
Right.
little bit, your answer.
No, because it was kind of funny that you asked the men that question.
Yes, yes.
Because the men are always fighting
Always,
in
yeah.
competition.
I
We
don't
got
know.
our egos
Women are
checked.
kind of, you know.
Women are like that too, but the men with the egos.
Okay.
And you know, and the way I look at it is that united is more stronger.
Okay.
And I compare that, you know, I'm from the streets.
Okay.
Straight up, I'm from the streets. But I graduated from the streets. I'm not in the streets no more. You know, I took my child and became Muslim, and I'm trying to run the straight life.
Yes.
But what I noticed, same thing in the street. The block that only got one or two person, nobody sells out. But the block where everybody hanging out is where everybody sell out. But everybody, you in competition, but yet you'll sell out versus over here by yourself. So when I started getting into business aspect and I started looking, I'm like, why every time you see a Burger King, you see a McDonald's? Every time you see a KFC, you see a Popeye. If you go to any place where restaurants is, it's never no one restaurant right there.
Right.
You got Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Golden Corral. You got about like Hawaii and Colonial. You can count about 20 restaurants.
Yes.
Right there on Hawaii and Colonial. They all eat.
But you know what's funny about that is look at the conglomerate. Look at Darden Restaurant, okay, that owns all of these restaurants, and they're not being selfish, and they're not saying, hey, only Olive Garden gonna be over here. No, we're gonna put Red Lobster across
But
the
the
street.
consumers don't know really that they own all of them different restaurants. You know, but with that being said, what he's bringing to the plate is something different I'm bringing to the plate. It's like these different restaurants.
Yes.
So we can learn to work together in unity.
Yes.
And have that perfect mindset. We could be that big calamity, like, you know, for us, by us. And unity creates independence.
Yes.
And this is what we need as our culture.
Ooh, Yes, it's Thriving
You
Thursday.
know, they say united we stand, divided we fall.
I love it. I love it. So listen,
yes.
if you are tuning in,
Yes.
if you have been a part of this Thriving Thursday, I know you got fed. I know you got fed good. You know, you got some financial stuff. You got some stuff that will carry you a long way if you are an entrepreneur. Yes, listen. Let's just go around this table one more time because this conversation cannot just stop here. You know,
I do.
it's going to continue. It is going to continue. And starting next week, Thursday, it continues at Bar 5. We are sitting as masterminds, and we're opening up a window for entrepreneurs to come between the hours of 2 and 5 to Bar 5 starting next week, because we're also kicking off the Business Mixers in collaboration with several other entities that help position businesses for the win. So if you are wanting to talk more with Nestorine, because Nestorine, you can help at that foundation with having that financial literacy. So if you are wanting to talk to Nestorine, how do they get in contact with you, Nestorine?
Well, the easiest way is either on social media. I have a Facebook page, Blair Realty Group, or Nestorine Blair. I'm on Instagram as Nesty Blair and Blair Realty Group. Okay. My phone number is 321-438-6228. That's the easiest way to reach me. Okay. If you call me and I don't pick up, just send me a text. I respond.
Listen, this conversation has to continue, and it starts at home. So reach out to Nestorine if you have questions about, number one, ownership. I like that. Home ownership. It is business ownership. We're also talking about retirement. We're talking about life insurance.
Living.
Yes.
I'll say this, Jennifer. Most people think about life insurance and they think about dying. Mm-hmm. But there's life insurance in place where if you cannot work for 6 months, let's say you broke your leg. Okay. Let's say you had a heart attack, you had a stroke. Most people think, oh, I spoke to somebody last week and actually she says, oh, I'm in good health. I don't need that. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. But another person I spoke to 2 months later that told me the same thing had a double mastectomy.
Wow.
And she was only 25 years old.
Yes.
Right? So death, sickness, accident does not make any appointments. So you don't know when it's coming.
Right.
So you got to be prepared for it. Now I say to people, life insurance is not for when you die, it's in case of.
Okay.
So it's in case of death, in case of sickness. I provide a product that a lot of companies don't provide, and it's called a term life insurance with living benefits.
Okay. So
you get a heart attack, stroke, or cancer, that term life policy is going to pay out. Because you might have medical insurance, but who's going to pay your mortgage when you're in the hospital?
There you go.
Do you think the bank is going to say, oh, I'm sorry, you were in the hospital. You don't have to pay us this month. 3 months, you haven't paid them. They're coming to take that house.
Yes.
Right? So these are the things and that's why I put my two businesses together, because I find a lot of people in 2008 were handing me their keys and they were saying, I can't afford my home. But now, during the pandemic, nobody gave me their keys back.
Yes.
Because I educate people before you purchase. I sell you a house, and I show you how to protect that house after.
Yes.
Right?
So listen, if you want to have this conversation with Nestorine, definitely make sure that you reach out. It's so important to prepare for your financial future, to have that mindset in place that it's not about not protecting yourself, but it's about if you love your family,
yeah,
put some things in place.
And those men out there who say, oh, I'm not leaving money to my wife for her to take care of another man, you can't be dead and jealous.
There you go. You cannot be dead and jealous. And you heard it right here. Listen, it is Thriving Thursday. If you are a business owner and you are looking to get more exposure in your business, we have the two gentlemen here today. Kaleem, go ahead and shoot out your business information, a little bit about your directory as we close out, and how can a person reach out to you?
shadesofblackandbrown.com.
Okay. That simple. Look, and you heard what he said. He said shades of black and brown.
I love my beautiful black women.
.com. Okay. Directory listing. He has categories.
Yes, my directory is for black businesses.
Okay.
I'm focusing mostly on Central Florida. So if you want a black doctor, black lawyer, black realtor, you want somebody to advertise for you, you call Antoine. You go on shadesofblackandbrown.com, go into the search and type in the category, look for the category, type it in, and all the black businesses in Orlando will pop up.
Yes.
But I need black businesses to go on that line and enter your company as well, because I can't put every company around on them myself. And I need the consumers, us as a people. So it takes unity from the business people and unity from the people.
Yes.
To want to use that platform to make businesses want to be on that platform.
Yes.
So
I
we
agree.
all gotta be together.
We all have to be together. We all have to be unified. You know, Antoine, your digital signs are in Bar 5 and so many other locations. When I look up and I see all of the faces there of business owners, if a person is wanting to be inside of your digital sign, get some mass exposure, how do they reach out to you? How do they have that conversation?
Hey, I'm like Nestorine, call me. I
Call
will
me.
pick up the phone. Remember that song?
If you need some, that part.
Hey, my number is 321-229-1307. The great Rod Love told me the other day I need to say it twice. 321-229-1307. I help make businesses famous.
Yes.
If you want to get your business in front of thousands of people, I'm the guy to call, and then I'm going to pass you over to Jennifer Yon so we can make you even more famous.
Yes, you know, as we close out this Thriving Thursday, I just want to say that we are here to support, to empower, to educate, and we can only do that if topic of the day, we stay unified. So keep that in mind as you close out your week. Unity is so important within our cultures, within ourselves. It's never about competition. It is about collaborating. So can I say that one more time? It is not about competition. It is about collaborating. This has been Thriving Thursday with Jennifer Yon. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Don't forget, Bar 5, go get you some lunch. And it is Jazz Tonight with Devrick Bell from 6 to 9. Hope to see you at the 5.
There's nobody like God, like God. I'm talking about my God, my God. There's nobody like God, like God. I'm talking about my God, my God. Oh, you give me that joy. You give me that joy like a river. You give me that mercy I never deserved. You give me that love, nothing better. You give me that sweet peace like never before. There's nobody like God, like God. I'm talking about my God, my God.
This is WOKB 1680 AM and 100.